What are we talking about? What
Marvel
again?
stuffs. Phase 5 and 6.
Just Google.
You alright?
I'm not caught up. I must Google.
Well, realistically, the only thing you missed was Thor, Love and Thunder, and the I Am Groot series, which is just a bunch of shorts, which are very adorable. I highly recommend. Um,
Yeah, but like, I don't know what they're doing for phase six or anything. That's why when you like brought up the whole
well,
con stuff.
I was gonna fill it in and stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're the
Fucking
out of anyone that I have to do this with, you're probably the one that understands it the best, the Marvel stuff. So
all
I
right.
kind of
Well,
saved to do that with you, just because it kind of makes it a little easier for me, so I'm not carrying the whole podcast that episode.
oh, so you want me to let you carry the whole podcast?
Oh, well, that's what I always do. So I mean, wouldn't be
All
anything
right.
different.
Fuck it. You got it.
So let's see. Trying to find the timeline now of Phase 5 and 6. I'll tell you before we actually start it. So this one's called the Multiverse Saga, is what it's called now.
A multiverse saga?
Yep. The last one saga was the Infinity Saga. Now we're in the Multiverse one.
Huh.
So what they got coming out, they said Phase 4 ends with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which comes out in November.
That trailer was so good.
Oh, I can't wait. And then
Excited for it.
in December, they have a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which it says it will lead directly into Guardians Volume 3, so it's actually important.
Oh, nice.
Then we
That's
have,
really cool.
yeah, then we got What If Season 2, which is multiverse wise, it's important because you learn other universes that exist. You got Ant Man, the Wasp,
Wait,
Infin-
so what? Multiverse season two? Are they actually making like episodes? Like it's gonna be a whole show? Is that what you?
for. Which one are you asking about show
The
wise?
multiverse one?
The
You said
saga?
that?
That's not a show. That's what they're
Oh,
calling the saga of movies.
shoot.
Like everything up to Endgame was the Infinity Saga, and now all these ones are the Multiverse Saga. Is what they're calling this.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, like so they have What If Season 2, which is very helpful with the not Infinity, the multiverse stuff. Like a couple episodes already told as Steve Rogers as the Winter Soldier.
Hmm.
What if Odin fought Shang-Chi?
Oh, okay.
And Iron Man getting stuck in Sakaar, which takes place after the first Avengers movie when he shoots the nuke through the wormhole at the end of the movie.
Yep.
But he doesn't
Yeah.
make it back, is the thing. The whole closed in time, like how Thor got launched out of the thing and went to Sakaar, kind of the same idea. The nuke hits the Shatari's warship, the mothership, kills all the Shatari, but he doesn't make it back to Earth. So the first Avengers would technically end with just the five without Iron Man.
Oh, that would be kind of weird, though.
Yeah, but like we said, that's the point of what if, so we can kind of see what would happen if it did. Then we have a new Ant Man, which will introduce the new big bad, which is Kang, or Kong. How does he say it? Kang? Is that how he
I
says
said
it?
con, but I mean, I guess, uh, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll
Yeah,
see.
I know. We'll find out when it comes out because I really don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, so they introduce him, and the line they introduce him with in the trailer, because like people obviously from San Diego Comic Con posted some stuff.
Huh.
His line that he has in the trailer is so fucked up. What he says to Ant Man, because they meet, and Scott Lang goes, "You don't want to do this. I'm an Avenger," and Kong looks at him and goes, "An Avenger? Haven't I killed you before?" That's the coldest intro of a villain ever.
Uh,
He pretty much just straight up said, "I've killed you before." He already
oh,
knows him.
the quantum leap one. Holy shit, that was so loud. I made that so loud.
Yeah, it's called the Ant-Man the Wasp, the Quantumania one.
Yeah.
It comes out
Hold
in
on.
February.
I haven't seen the trailer for it.
It's not an official trailer. It's off someone's phone in the San Diego Comic Con. Like in the how they call it, like not a press conference, the booths or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like someone sitting there and they record clips off their phone. They're just recording it off their phone stuff, so it's not officially released.
Hmm.
Then we have Secret Invasion coming, which will be a show. I'll have uh, Nick Fury of Talos, Maria Hill, and a couple other new actors and actresses into the show, but no characters announced yet. Oh, and we have Rhodey will be in it too. War Machine will be in that series too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they have Amelia Clark from Game of Thrones. She's playing a character in Secret Wars, Secret Invasion, but we don't know who it is yet. Which I'm excited to see who she plays.
You said she's gonna be in Secret Invasion?
Yeah, Amelia Clark's in Secret Invasion, but they did not announce a character for her. They won't announce that yet. We probably have to wait for a trailer or something to figure that one out.
Yeah, probably.
Then obviously Guardians Volume 3. We all know that's coming out. Which also from Comic Con, people release clips. They show a baby Rocket Raccoon in that, so I think we get to see his origin story in that one.
Either that or he has a kid.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Then we have an Echo series, which Daredevil and Kingpin will both be in it, because they all kind of intertwine together, kind of.
Yeah.
Then Loki season 2 got greenlit and is coming out, which will be great. So I had fun with that one.
I'm trying to see like
And they have the Marvels, which honestly I'm not excited for. I don't really care for Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel's okay. Monica Rambeau's kind of cool. I mean, other than that, I don't really care. I'm not losing my shit over that show coming out.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I haven't really looked at like any of this stuff, so I haven't now I'm like playing catch up, but
Well, that's why I'm telling you before we start, so you kind of see their path they're going towards. Figured that'd kind of help you out, so you're not just in the dark as soon as we start.
well, that's why I'm trying to like watch some of these trailers so I can figure out what the fuck is actually going on.
Well,
Because
a lot of the trailers don't exist yet, which is the tough part.
yeah, but if there are teasers,
Yeah, you just get the bad quality off someone's phone sometimes for most of them. Oh yeah, and She-Hulk comes out like next week or something.
yeah, that movie's gonna be stupid.
It's not a movie; it's a series of stuff. Only thing I'm excited for is see Daredevil, because he's in it.
Yeah,
And they have an Ironheart series coming out next fall.
Ironheart. Oh, was that the one that you were talking about with fucking Ghost Rider?
No, no, um, no. Ironheart's this girl's a genius, and I guess the first time we'll see her will be in the new Black Panther movie. But she's a huge Tony Stark fan and ends up making her own suit,
Oh,
and she is kind of trying to fill in the role of Iron Man because she's such a big fan of him, kind of deal.
oh, okay.
Then we get Blade next November, which I'm excited for Blade. Then you'll like this one, Winter 2023, Agatha Coven of Chaos Disney Plus series.
A series?
Yeah, due to high demand and fans loving her
Yeah.
character, she didn't go away easy. And the reason why is because they're doing a whole thing with Multiverse of Madness with the Scarlet Witch with all of her weird ass shit she did in that movie.
Yeah.
And with her potentially of dying, which I don't think she did.
She didn't die.
But for that, they're saying when she did like the red poof to disappear, they're thinking she went back to Westview, took that spell off Agatha, and left before Agatha could do anything to her. So Agatha's kind of back to normal and just doing her own shit, but with all the other Marvel heroes around.
Yeah, I'm sure it had. She. Mm, yeah.
Then, I was excited for this one. May 3rd, 2024. Captain America, New World Order. A fourth Captain America movie. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but is it going to be actual Captain America with like those Steve Rogers, or is it going to be with
No, it's Captain America. It's Sam.
um,
I can't.
Gotcha.
I can't call Steve Captain America. He ain't Cap anymore.
Yeah, but he was Cap.
He was, but he's not Cap now.
You could say new Cap.
No, I'll call him Captain Falcon.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it does.
Captain Falcon. Oh, I thought you meant Steve Rogers. I was going to say that doesn't make sense.
No, I'm saying instead of new Captain, I'll just call him Captain Falcon. And then I'm excited for this one too in 2024. Disney Plus series Daredevil: Born Again.
They already have a Daredevil series on Netflix, though.
This one will be actually in line with the MCU. They're kind of trying to plug him in officially with his own series.
They already did. Like, they already plugged him in.
Well, the name of the show is called Born Again. They're trying to do something with the blip and plugging him in with the blip.
Oh.
They have Kingpin will be in it as well. It's going to be 18 episodes. A pretty long
You said they
series.
renewed Loki?
Yeah, he's got a second season. Comes out I think next spring or something, next fall, something like that. I like his show. His was fun.
I haven't watched it.
It's fun. His can be a mind fuck, but not like how WandaVision was a mind fuck.
I didn't think WandaVision was a mindfuck.
Well, the first 3 episodes, I don't know why it kept skipping generations. I was confused in the beginning.
But she controls.
Yeah, so Thunderbolts was also announced. They're only saying who's in it is U.S. Agent and Zemo. Only people they've confirmed to be in Thunderbolts. Then we all know Fantastic Four is coming. November of 2024. Then the 2 Avengers movies come out in 2025. In the beginning of 2025, we get the Kang or the Kang Dynasty. And then at the end of 2025, we have Avengers Secret Wars, which is rumored to be already the most cameo-made like Marvel movie ever.
Oh, joy.
Oh, and Shang-Chi 2 is also...
Yay, that was such a good movie.
Yeah, they have Armor Wars, which is specifically focused on War Machine after Tony Stark's death and how he kind of fits with the Stark tech still. Deadpool 3, which is confirmed as MCU, but they're not saying how yet.
Well, clearly he meets Thor. That was hinted years ago at this point.
Well, he met Korg, but we gotta see how he got there.
What do you mean? How do you think he fucking got there?
I think he got there. I think he got there from
the second one.
The second one, he works with Cable.
Exactly.
Cable goes through time.
Yeah.
Not dimensions.
Yeah, but Cable is smart enough, man. He could it's either that or he bugged the fuck out of Professor X. But if he met Korg, then my guess would be through Cable.
I'm guaranteeing it's from Doctor Strange.
He's never met Doctor Strange.
Neither did half the characters that went to different dimensions and different
Yeah, but that doesn't.
universes.
Yeah,
It does. It does. Doesn't
but
Deadpool
Deadpool's not
know?
in
He knows who Peter Parker is as Spider-Man, does he not?
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Not right now. He doesn't. No
But we
one
don't know in
does.
his universe.
He's in the same universe.
Now, I'm saying at the time. Because
What do
Deadpool
you
1
mean?
and 2 are not MCU movies.
Yes, they are.
No,
They're
they're not.
X-Men. Yes, they are. X-Men is in both of those movies.
X-Men is not in the MCU.
Yes, it is. That was literally just confirmed with Multiverse of Madness. You wouldn't see
In that
Professor
way,
X.
they're not in the same universe though.
No, just because the thing is with the multiverse is it's showing that these people exist throughout the universes. How would the Mr. Fantastic know exactly who that Doctor Strange was if he didn't exist in other universes?
I know
Do you know
that,
what
but
I mean?
I do that. I do understand that. But I'm trying to explain where I think we don't know exactly if because he might not be the same person in every universe. Like Doctor Strange wasn't always the same in each one.
Yeah, but he was still a superhero in every single one. Doctor Strange was still a superhero in every one,
I get
but it
that,
wouldn't
but
make sense for them. It wouldn't make sense for them to pull him from another universe
well,
when he's already in the universe.
they pulled Michael Keaton out of our MCU and put him in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe. That makes no sense, but they did it.
Yeah, because he got fucking sent there.
That's how I think Deadpool is in this one.
I think he's already there, just doing his own shit.
I
You
don't know.
wouldn't know because he's working with the X-Men.
I don't know. I'm just trying to see how they did that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to make a stupid ass argument. I'm just trying to
Well,
say what I think.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying like it wouldn't make sense for them to pull him from another universe when he's already in the universe. That would be more like if he was fucking dead in this universe, which doesn't make sense because Deadpool can't die. So, like he's in all of them. Them becoming superheroes doesn't seem to change throughout the multiverses. It just changes on how they act in each of them. And since the man was literally a bounty hunter, the only way that would change would be if he just chose not to be a bounty hunter in that universe.
Which could happen in the MCU one. That's why we don't know.
Yeah, but if they have shown X-Men time and time again in this universe, then he's in that universe because he's worked with X-Men. He works with X-Men. They wouldn't
And
show Quicksilver in WandaVision and show the new Quicksilver, not even just the old Quicksilver, and not link him with that. Because in Deadpool 2, you literally see the new Quicksilver in that room where everyone's like all pretending to
but
like be
in
quiet because
WandaVision
he's
he's
in the
not
fucking.
Quicksilver. It was an Agatha spell.
Yes, but he's still the new Quicksilver. To Wanda, he's not Quicksilver, but he is Quicksilver.
No, not even the guy's name wasn't Pietro, remember? It was a
Yes,
spell.
because it was the new version of him. It's the Evan Peters version of him. Because it's not confirmed that he's going to come back for another X-Men movie. That's why.
I don't get how they could have two Quicksilvers and like that. That's just
Because the Pietro is the original Quicksilver from the original X-Men series. That's the original guy that they have in the flashback. He's the OG, like OG Quicksilver. Evan Peters was the brand new one for any of the newer, like, X-Men movies. Because he got recasted. Just like fucking Storm got recasted and like a bunch of other people got recasted.
the whole new recast of X-Men was terrible. Regardless, I didn't like any of them.
But that's
All the new X-Men's I did not like.
but anyway, that's beside the point I was making is he wouldn't just because he has that relationship with Peter Parker, that can be before or after everybody forgets who Peter Parker is. Because he doesn't know Peter Parker, he knows Spider-Man.
They all know Spider-Man exists still. They didn't forget
Yeah,
Spider-Man. So
but he
that
never
still can work.
Deadpool doesn't know Peter Parker personally. Deadpool knows
That was the question I was
Spider-Man.
asking because I don't know. I was
It
asking
didn't
you
come
that.
off as a question. No, they just know. I don't, as far as I know, they do not know each other on a personal level.
That's what I was
As
asking in the
far as I
beginning
know.
because I know how it happened in the Morbius movie with Michael Keaton as Vulture getting sucked into that universe for some reason.
I haven't even seen Morbius.
Well, I'll tell you now. Reason why my theory works for this, because Michael Keaton's Vulture, that whatever that guy's name, doesn't exist in that universe. They have no public records of him or nothing. He's not even a human to them. He's just a person, a random thing that showed up.
Yeah, but Morbius is Morbius. Like that's their own little.
I know,
It
but
doesn't.
that can still comply with what I'm talking about. Is what
I
I'm
know,
trying
but
to
I'm
think
telling you
about.
right now, Deadpool had. If they have put so many hints time and time again that Deadpool is with X-Men and X-Men is in the universe they're in right now, like it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense if Doctor Strange went to that different universe and he saw Mr. Fantastic and he had no fucking clue who he was, but he knew exactly who both of those people were. You know what I mean? Like he knew who they were. How else would he know who they were if they didn't exist in that universe that he originally came from? And if they didn't exist in the original universe that they came from, then you wouldn't have Deadpool there, but because they're there, not even Mr. Fantastic, Professor X, if he knows who that is from his universe, that and like I said, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, because it's been a while since I've seen the original X-Men movies, he dies. So like, if he knows who Professor X is and Professor X is dead in that universe, there's a pretty good fucking chance that Deadpool's there. I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying, where they could just pull him from another universe and boom, there's Deadpool. But I don't think that's how he meets Korg. Knowing how chaotic that man is, I'm sure he somehow buffed into fucking uh Korg just because he fucking was fucking with people from the he could be in the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie for all I know. You know what I mean? Like he's just Deadpool. He does stupid shit. It doesn't have to be as crazy as him jumping dimensions. That's why, if anything, it would be him annoying the fuck out of Cable. Because that's how he is. Like that's
I
his
know how he
dynamic.
is. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just trying to think of all ways he could be there. Because they
I
won't
just
announce nothing
well
until it
yeah.
happens. So that's why I like to think of all ways it could happen.
I feel like yes, he can jump. It could be like a dimension thing, but I feel like it would like what the fuck does Doctor Strange need to bring Deadpool into this for?
He didn't bring him in, and he didn't send Michael Keaton's Vulture back. And actually, they confirmed this, and people still don't know this. They didn't watch Loki. They have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave this pod in because we're already deep into this, so we'll just leave this all as the podcast. We had no intro. This is whatever. We're already into it, and I don't feel like starting over and doing it again. So, at the end of the Loki series, we have Loki that we know, and Sylvie,
Mhm.
which is the female Loki, for those that don't know or nor to care that there's a guy and girl Loki. At the end, they meet a person called the One Who Sees All. He talks about his variants, like how there's a male and female Loki, different universes. You know, it's how it works. It can
And
happen.
that's a great point because there is a female Deadpool in other universes. So that's also why I don't think they would pull him from another universe because in his original universe where Spider-Man is, which is Peter Parker, and now it could be any Peter Parker, but
Yeah.
other versions of Deadpool are ladies.
All right, but what I'm trying to get to where this whole thing of people getting sucked out of universes is not Doctor Strange's fault. It wasn't Spider-Man's fault. People don't know this. They didn't see Loki. Sylvie kills the person that the one that sees all, and he talks about his variants. He said one of them's a conqueror, which we're gonna see him soon. Can't wait to fucking meet this dickhead when he shows up. He talks about him, and as soon as Sylvie stabs him in the chest, every universe branches off into more universes, and it's a whole clusterfuck of shit. He says universes will collide if you kill me. She kills him like a Loki would, because they don't fucking listen to reason at all. Kills him, and then in Morbius, in a post-credit scene, Vulture ends up in a universe where he doesn't exist, period. Neither does his family. He's just an unknown being on Earth. Which is why I was thinking maybe Deadpool could have somehow ended up the same way.
I'm just saying, like, if we see more X-Men, if you see Domino, like a female Domino in X-Men, like if she's there, uh, it's just more likelihood that he's already there, just fucking around.
It could be, but they have no X-Men confirmed, so it's hard to go with
Just
that
because they don't
possibility
have it
yet.
confirmed doesn't mean they haven't been shoving it in everybody's face. Like if you go watch Deadpool 2 and you watch the scene where he's in the
I
house
know I've seen
and
that one before.
they're all standing in, I'm talking Beast, the fucking
I know they're all there.
and Quicksilver, the Evan Peters version is right there, like dead center, and then ironically they decide to use that exact Quicksilver even though it's a he might be the figment of whatever she makes him. But isn't it weird that Agatha would choose that version of him to be her brother? And Wanda bought it. She did. She was like, "That's my brother."
Well, to
And
be
then all of a
fair,
sudden she was
Wanda's
like,
not
"No, he's
smart.
not."
Wanda's not smart. Scarlet Witch is smart. Wanda's an idiot.
But like, regardless of that fact, she was like, "That's my brother. That's Quicksilver. He's my brother." You know?
Yeah, no, I
That's
got it.
why I'm saying like the cues are there. So I think if anything, it's just somehow Deadpool fucking about and running into these guys, or he because Deadpool hangs out like after the whole stuff with Cable. I can't remember if in the second one he goes back to his family or not.
Cable
No,
does.
he
He
doesn't.
does
He
not.
does. He does not. He stays. That's right, because is a whole fucking series about dipshit and Deadpool going off on their own wild little fucking. He hangs out with Cable all the time. Him and Cable are like tight.
And the post-credit scene for that movie was Deadpool jumping through time
Yes.
and doing really funny stuff and fucked up stuff. The fucked up part, even though it's Hitler, so I'm okay with it. But he strangles a baby Hitler. It's a little dark, but it's funny at the same time.
That's why I'm saying like if anything, like if it's like Doctor Strange is coming in, it's because Deadpool was fucking with the timeline. It's not because like he pulled him out of a universe. It's because hey, there's an idiot going around making it so the Holocaust never happened and stuff like that.
Well, the thing I just said was confirmed by Kevin Feige, who runs Marvel. So, I mean, my facts are backed up from him of Sylvie creating the multiverses crashing together with weird
Yeah,
shit
but
like that.
that doesn't mean that he's coming from that multiverse. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're crashing together, and I'm sure it's going to cause all these things and like all these like different versions of people to show up, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he's coming from one of those. He could just be already there and be like, the fuck is going on? Like, you could just see that all of a sudden having an effect on him while in Deadpool 3. I can already see them having multiple Deadpools and being like, why are there more than one of us here?
Yeah, there could be.
Especially if they bring the girl one in. Oh, yeah, I can already see the fucking nonsense happening.
Only thing I've heard, rumored wise, of a different version of a character is rumored of a Miles Morales showing up soon.
Yeah, and that would make sense for the universes.
Yeah,
Because in Miles Morales' universe, Peter Parker dies.
right.
So
Because they
that,
actually, people don't realize this. You met Miles Morales' uncle in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie in Homecoming. Tom Holland's like trying to interrogate. He's using like the voice changer in the suit, and the guy's like, "Dude, you have no idea who I am," and all this stuff. And he says his last name's Morales, so you already know he exists. Everyone knows he's been there for what. You just don't know who it is, obviously, who's playing him actor
yeah.
wise.
But I don't know if it would be that universe's Peter Parker, because then that would mean Tom Holland's dying. Because Miles Morales does not come into play until Peter Parker drops dead.
I'm not gonna lie, the way it's going, he's gotten way too close. I don't know how lucky he's gonna get.
Yeah, but as you know now, we already have the Andrew Garfield one, and didn't somebody say that they were making another Amazing Spider-Man? Wasn't that a thing that's going to happen?
It's not confirmed, but people are kind of piecing it together. So,
Yeah, so I'm
because
thinking
you didn't see
that
Morbius, I can help. I can help put this together for you. Because we found out in that movie that Venom isn't the same universe as Morbius. Because at
oh,
one
that's where he
point,
got sent to.
well, that's the same universe we already know of the Sony verse. I guess is what it's called. I
Yeah.
guess because Morbius at one point is breaking this guy in his arm, and he goes, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm Venom," and makes a scary face. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he knows he exists. You can't just pull that one out of your ass unless Venom exists. So, and we all know at the end of Spider-Man: No Way Home, drunk Eddie and / drunk Venom want to go find
Mhm.
Spider-Man and get sent
They
home.
do. Yep, they do.
The
Do that.
Vulture meets with Morbius and tells him that I don't know how I got here, but I think it has to do with that Spider-Man kid. How about we go, or Spider-Man, get whatever he says. He goes, how about we go pay him a visit? So that's 3 characters that already are looking for Spider-Man. Venom is dead in Tobey Maguire's. We're not getting a 4th Tobey. Tobey killed Venom.
No, that's why I'm saying it's Andrew Garfield.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, it's not confirmed the movie's coming out, but there's pieces leading up to Andrew's getting a 3rd, and he's going to probably have the worst time of his life.
I'm pretty sure he's dying for sure.
I think
That's
so
the
too.
that's the only way I see them because Tom, didn't you say Tom Holland signed on for like another 6 movies or something like that?
Yeah, and so far he's obviously gonna be in the 2 Avengers. There's no way he's not in those. So that's
Yeah,
already 2 of them. They said
he
he's
could
in
be in the Deadpool.
he's being in the Fantastic Four. He's gonna be in that one.
Okay,
So that's already half of them. He
he
could
could
be
be
in
in.
Deadpool. He could be. We don't know, but he could be. Those are 3. Well, 2 that aren't confirmed, but we're not dumb. We know Spider-Man's an Avenger. He's got to be that. Unless they somehow put him in 6 random movies and kill him before that, I doubt it.
No,
But
that's why I'm saying it has to be Andrew Garfield, and they're just gonna make another Amazing Spider-Man, and sadly, that's gonna be the one where he does the death.
yep, that's most likely. But
Yeah,
obviously they're working on bringing the Sinister Six in that movie. Because why else would you get 3 villains to pair up?
yeah,
You,
yeah. No,
especially
exactly.
with Spider-Man, you don't just randomly start putting a bunch of villains together. Unless you're working on that setup, you don't just start doing it out of the
Who else
blue.
is in the Sinister Six?
Well, Doc Ock is, which he has not been shown in the Andrew Garfield's universe yet, so there's
No,
potential for him.
yeah, so he's
Uh,
yeah, because I don't think he's dead in his universe, which
there's
he would have to. I mean, even though at
hey,
the end
oh,
of Spider-Man, they're not dead anymore, but
right,
like,
but Lizard also can be. Connors, he never died in Andrew's universe. He's just in jail.
well, now he's not. Remember? Wasn't he? No, wait. Did he go or did they send him back already?
They sent everyone back. All those people went back.
Yeah, but didn't they healed him so he wouldn't be.
But I still don't believe that they changed their timelines. I still think what happens
They
happens.
he sent him a cure. They cured him in their universe and sent him back. They didn't change their timeline. They cured them and sent them back
So
to where they were.
they probably still died.
But they wouldn't have to. Why would they still die? That makes no sense. They wouldn't still die.
Well,
If you they
there's parts that I've seen in the older movies, even though they can't connect that far apart, that could still make sense of them still dying.
But no, because no. This happened after they were dead. They should have been dead because if you remember in Spider-Man, was it No Way Home? Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the new
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, they talk about how all of you are dead. Like Jamie Foxx was like, he's dead. He's dead. They're dead. Goblin's dead. And
Sandman
Tom was
says that
like, yeah.
because
And
Electro
so
doesn't know the other guys. He only
yeah,
knows Lizard.
so so Tom Holland was like, let's get you back to your universes and fix this so you don't have to die. That's why he fixed Doc Ock's chip, and that's why he fixed um he fixed all of them. They all had all their stuff fixed and they
But
went back to their universes.
you think
As
of
half
what?
of them but half of them went back as normal people because he cured them.
But you
Like
gotta
he
think of some
injected the
stuff
lizard
too.
with a serum.
I know. I
That
said that. I
way,
said he was cured. I said that.
yeah, so
Well,
he can't
Lizard
be in
didn't
the
die
Sinister.
anyways.
Yeah, but I
But
know, but you were
he
saying
probably
he'd be in
knows
the
how to.
Sinister Six.
Well,
But
he
why?
who says he couldn't make the thing again? He's so
Yeah, but
obsessed with
why
making
would?
people lizards.
Yeah, but why? No, God damn it, Mike, you're not. At the end of that movie, all of those people did not want to be that way. That's why I'm saying it can't. It couldn't be Tobey Maguire anyway because the original Doc Ock went back and he was normal again because his AI wasn't controlling him anymore.
And
So it can't be him.
he has an arc reactor. No one realizes that.
But it wouldn't be him regardless because he went back to his universe. He was fine. He never wanted to hurt Toby in the first place.
But
It
that's
was his AI.
different from Andrew's anyway, so we can rule him out. But we can't rule out whatever Andrew has with a Doc Ock on that side because we don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with
So
that one yet.
that's a potential.
Was
And
there
the
a
same
Green
thing.
Goblin? Oh yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, there was for Andrew. Never mind, there was.
So
So,
that's why
who's
I'm
that?
saying for the lizard, like I don't think so because he was cured. And same thing for like Electra, like he was cured. Both of those motherfuckers were fixed.
Andrew
So
says
why?
that. He
Yeah.
says he's
So
done
they're
it before.
done what before?
He says in that movie he's cured Dr. Connors before.
No, he said he tried to.
No, that's what Toby said about the Goblin. He said he's been thinking of how to cure his for a long time.
He never. Toby never cured. No, Andrew never cured fucking.
I'm quoting the
The,
movie. I literally am quoting the movie. He
you have
says,
it pulled up on your screen right now that he says that.
I can't because I'm going to get copyrighted. I can't
That's
do that.
why I don't think that's right.
All right, I guess I'll share my screen because I know Andrew Garfield does say he's
I can
cured
look it up
Connors
on
before.
I can look it up on my phone right now.
Look up the three Peters when they're all in the school and they're like they're all planning how to do stuff. That's the scene I'm talking about. Because Andrew says I've cured Dr. Connors before. I got this, and they both look at him and goes, "What? I got it." And they goes, "No, that's great." And then Toby says that I always wanted to cure Mr. Osborn. He goes, "I've been thinking about it for a long time. Actually, is what they say. I'm pretty damn close to spot on with the lines. I just watched it not that long ago.
This is exactly why. It says the reason why he wasn't cured when they took him was because they probably got pulled from their timelines before Andrew Garfield cured him. So he's not going back and making himself a lizard again. It was just before Andrew Garfield could actually cure the lizard. That's all it is.
But there's key things that prove that I think that stuff's. I still think Doc Ock.
Because it says literally at the end of Amazing Spider-Man, Dr. Connors was trained, was cured. So why was it necessary to cure him again in No Way Home
He got
if he
pulled
was just
out,
being
pulled a
sent?
different time.
No, because they just got pulled out right before he got cured. So that's how Andrew already knew how to cure him because he was about to cure him. He just didn't get the chance to. So he's not, I'm telling you, he's not going to be in the Sinister Six. It doesn't make sense. He was cured at the end of the second Amazing Spider-Man. Like he was cured, he was done, he wasn't going to go make people lizards anymore. He wasn't a villain anymore. That's why I don't think he is. That's what I was trying to say. Like, even if he wasn't cured, Andrew knows how to cure him. So it's like that wouldn't make sense. And he knew when after they cured him, all of those guys were like, "Thank you so much," and went home. Like Sandman didn't want to be a villain, he just wanted to see his fucking daughter again.
Just like in the Spider-Man 3, we all know that with him. He's just
Yeah,
he
like
goes
he
back and
didn't
forth the whole time.
yeah, he just wants to be with his kid. He doesn't give a crap about that.
But there's
And he's
things that Doc Ock said, which makes me think he still died because he
but
said when they were like on that trapped thing, like in the fucking basement at Doctor Strange's place, they're all talking about fighting Spider-Man. Like
yeah, and that's
Electro
how they
says
got
he's
away.
gonna die. He goes, "Oh shit, I was about to die." He says that, so there's no way
Yeah,
I don't think he couldn't have.
because they pulled them right before they would have died. But now they're going back to their timelines
Where
after
they got
being
pulled from?
fixed. Yes, but they're taking these Spider-Mans that would have killed them. Tobey Maguire was the one who killed Doc Ock.
Nah,
He
Doc Ock
wouldn't
killed himself.
like Toby literally says that he caused Doc Ock's death. Like they were in a fight. That's how he dies. Is because
Because
they were in a
Doc
fight.
Ock
Why is
sunk
he
his
gonna
thing. He sunk the machine.
Yeah, but if he's
So
sending
he
them
killed
back,
himself.
no. God, Mike, he's not gonna go back and die because they're not gonna fight. He's gonna go back and fix everything.
But how is he going to fix it from where he got pulled from? He said he got pulled. He had Spider-Man by the throat,
Yeah, so when
which
they
is
go
the
back,
end of
they're not.
Spider-Man 2. He's right there.
Yeah, but when they go back, they're going back as who they are. They walked through and went home. They're not going back to their timeline and going back to where they were. They're going back to their universe. their universe, bud.
Yeah,
They're
where they
not
got
being.
pulled from.
Yes, but that doesn't. If I do Doctor Strange in the multiverse jump through universe to universe to universe, he didn't change into the Doctor Strange of that universe because he was there.
Well, yeah,
He
because that doesn't
stayed the
make
guy.
sense.
Exactly. So why would it make sense for them to cure them and then send them back and then them still die? It wouldn't make sense.
Because it's
They're
how
going,
that's
no,
how it
they're not
works.
going. No, it's not, Mike. It's not how it
Amanda,
works.
explain this to me then. When Doc Ock gets back in Spider-Man 2, when he
Yeah.
stops choking Spider-Man, he controls the arm things.
He wouldn't go back and be choking Spider-Man. It's a multiverse. They'd be sent back to where they were. They'd be sent back to that location, but they wouldn't be sent back to doing exactly what they are because it's not a time situation, it's a location situation.
Well,
They're
what makes
jumping from one
sense?
plane of existence to the next. They're not jumping from one timeline to the next timeline. It's a plane of, it wouldn't make sense. They would go back knowing that he was good and he wasn't. The only reason why he's beating the crap out of Spider-Man is because his AI was controlling him. If he goes back, he's not going to beat the crap out of Spider-Man with fixed AI. He had no problem with Toby. He loves Toby. He loves Toby. He
That's why
hired
he
Toby
sank his
for a reason.
machine. He sank his machine because he was going to kill New York.
Yes, but that's not going to happen now because he's going back. They all have a second chance. That was the point of the end of the movie, was for Tom Holland's Spider-Man to give them a second chance to not be bad. So he cured every single one of them and sent them back to their universes. And now everything that happened in the OG Spider-Man, that's changed. That's moot because they changed the timelines, basically. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Like,
they're not the same person. They are all cured. They went back. They have no reason to die because they've all worked this out.
but that doesn't fix any problem. That makes more problems that they fixed them and sent them back.
That doesn't make any problems because that's
It
their own
does.
universes. It
You,
doesn't have any effect
Amanda,
on the.
you didn't watch Loki, so you're actually not correct here. Loki's confirmed. If you
Mike, you're
change stuff, it.
Mikey, it
I'm
doesn't
telling you how it works.
matter.
It
Yeah,
does.
but
Loki
that doesn't.
confirms how
He's
multiverses get destroyed because of
Yes,
stuff
but
like
that
that.
doesn't. That okay? They can't. Yes, that can happen, but it doesn't matter because No Way Home they already went back and they already changed those people and they already changed the outcomes. Those timelines were already changed. So if that destroyed their universes, well then those universes are destroyed. But it wouldn't make sense for you to be saying that they did this stuff to these people in one universe, sent them back to another universe, and that just sent them back in time to where they were just bad guys again. That doesn't make sense. You're jumping universes. You're not jumping into like different periods of time where these people are going back to their past selves. They're just going back to where they're from, to their universe. That's like when fucking Morales was in the Spider-Verse movie and all those Spider-Men ended up in his universe and it was that whole big shit show. They went back to their universes. They're still going to know who the fuck he is. It doesn't change that any of that happened. They just went back to their universes.
There's just
At
things
the
I've read that I've seen that I can see the points that people are making of why.
it just doesn't make sense for them to be dead anyway because that would mean they would have to be fighting Spider-Man anyway and that like it doesn't they'd be fine. Like they were cured. And they know and they can't it's not even like they don't know how to cure them now. Like Toby knows how to cure Doc Ock now. So even if he didn't, like if he went back and something happened to his AI, Toby can just cure him again. Green Goblin, he can just cure him again. Like they could just be cured again. Andrew Garfield could clearly cure Lizard all day long if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they know how so that just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for those people to be considered dead again because their timelines were changed. How they and it wouldn't really affect the universe because if they're being pulled from the time before they died anyway, there's nothing that doesn't stop them from going down a different timeline without them dying. That's all I'm saying. If you want to play the timeline thing, like you can go down all those timelines where I mean, if that fucks up timelines, then how come goddamn Captain America got to go home and be with his wife instead of being frozen in time and that didn't fuck up a timeline?
Because
You
it
know
was
what I
meant to
mean?
happen. They've confirmed that in Loki. That was meant to happen.
That's because Marvel likes to pick and choose. That's why I'm saying you can't.
And that's why I'm saying, because I'm just saying they pick and choose. So that I still believe they died when they went back. Still,
That doesn't make sense though. I don't see how you think that makes sense. It just does not. In my brain, that doesn't make sense at all. Not like for a second.
well, because it
If
don't.
I change something in universe A and then send that person from universe A to universe B, they're still going to be the same person. They're just in a new universe.
Because the way they've explained things, they don't explain anything well with how traveling works at all in Marvel. It's just how they feel like making travel work, which is why I never understand what's right, what's wrong with their stuff. So I just go with what makes the most sense to me. Because they've said a bunch of times that when something gets pulled out, it goes back exactly when it came out of. Exactly when it
Yeah,
came out of.
when. But it doesn't mean that changes how they are.
It doesn't, but
They
if
go, no, exactly. So they go back to the time they came from, but that doesn't mean they go back to how they were at that time.
it
I can
doesn't,
pull I can pull a plant from that fucking universe in the year 1970. It could be full grow or like a baby tree, and then I could bring it on over to my universe in a good old 2020, and it's still a baby tree. And then if I brought that motherfucker back and I had grown it all the way up to a big tree, I'm still bringing back a big tree. I'm not changing the fact that it wouldn't send it back in its timeline because you pulled it out. So it doesn't have a timeline there until it goes back.
not in the way that
That
that's not
tree,
how it was explained to me. That's not how I think of it.
it just doesn't make because you're combining timelines and multiverses and that doesn't make sense. You're going to go back to the exact time you came from. So the exact moment you were in, you'll be there.
That's
But
what
it
I'm
doesn't
saying.
mean yes, but you're not going to act the same way.
But
That's where
this
we're
is
falling short on this conversation. You think you're going to go back and they're just going to go back to exactly how they were.
no,
Like
that's
all
not
that
what
work
I'm
gets
saying.
reverted.
No,
You just said they're all dying anyway.
because
They
when
wouldn't all die anyway. That doesn't make sense.
well, Doc
More
Ock kills
dollars.
himself.
No, he wouldn't kill himself if he got fixed. He had no
Amanda,
reason to kill
at the
himself.
end of Spider-Man 2, he was fixed. He controlled him himself. So what I'm saying is, in that situation, he's not
He
evil.
got pulled. He got pulled from the universe before he was fixed. He got pulled before he was fixed.
I know that. I'm trying to
So
explain what
that
I'm
doesn't
looking at.
happen. So that doesn't happen, Mike.
But
He
how
doesn't
do
go
we
back and
know that
just
doesn't happen?
because he got fixed in Tom Holland's universe. He didn't get
Okay,
fixed
okay,
by
hold on.
himself.
Let me explain this at least once, please. You don't let me
Oh my
explain it.
God.
I'm trying to explain what I'm thinking, and you don't let me explain. I'm trying to explain why I think that it still happened. Because at the end of Spider-Man 2, Doc Ock stops strangling Toby. He stops on his own, controls the arms, and he tells them to listen to him. They listen, and he says we have to sync the whatever the hell that machine's called that he's talking about. So he destroys the thing and he sinks it, which ends up killing him. Which is him being good, not a villain. Which is why I'm convinced, because he says when he shows up and they have him in like as a prisoner, he says I had Spider-Man by the throat, which takes place exactly where I'm talking. Which is why
Yes,
I'm
but he
thinking when
didn't
he
get
gets,
to the-
but when he says he knows. He says he had him by the throat, and then he doesn't remember what happened next because he got sucked out. Which is why I'm convinced
Exactly.
he went right there, which means you'd have to sink his machine because the machine was going to destroy New York. That's what I'm
doesn't-
saying. I think it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They can sink the machine without killing Doc Ock.
How? There was no ground there. He was floating on top, above water.
I'm telling you, I don't think he goes back and dies. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't fix himself in that if he is pulled right before he somehow manages to regain control of his AI, which that would only be for a short period of time, it doesn't happen because he gets pulled and then he goes into Tom Holland's universe and Tom Holland replaces the chip. And the entire time that he's okay and he's all good and everything's great and dandy and happy and sunshine and rainbows, he's talking about how he needs to get back to his universe because he has to fix things. So why is he dying?
So he just lets half of New York get leveled?
I'm pretty sure if he gets pulled from his universe, the timeline goes on and half of New York has already been leveled. Just because they got pulled out doesn't mean time stops. That's where you're losing me here. They didn't get pulled out and all of a sudden universe froze because Spider-Man and Doc Ock aren't there. That machine was still running. So either someone else went and put a stop to it, which is possible because there's nothing that doesn't say there aren't other superheroes in his universe, or half of New York got fucking leveled. And that's what they went back to.
Because if Doc Ock went back at that exact time, you'd technically end up in the middle of the ocean or whatever that area is in New York, whatever it's that little river or something. That's where he would be. He'd just be literally drowning because I don't know if he can swim with those things. Unless they just plop him back like at the Statue of Liberty because that's where they were fighting. I don't know if that's how that works.
That's exactly where they would go back to the exact place and time. So they'd be at the Statue of Liberty because they'd go back to exact place and time.
How the hell does Sandman get away with being inside the Statue of Liberty is how I want to know when he gets back. Hey, sir, you can't be up there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's where you were getting confused because you were like, he would just go and sing. Like, what's stopping Tobey Maguire from helping him turn that machine off? You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me Doc Ock, in his right mind, instead of being like, let me destroy this machine, doesn't have an off button?
Well, he said that in the movie. That's why I.
Yeah, but that was fucking. That's why I'm saying you can't go off of Amazing Spider-Man 2 that much. You can go off of where they were pulled from, like in their exact moments, but you can't really go off of like what would happen in the future because now they're going back as a team. And Green Goblin was going back, so what's stopping him from going to help them? You know, there are factors here you're not playing into. Just because I pull like a caterpillar from a universe and I grow that motherfucker into a butterfly and I throw him back, he's not going to go back to the way he was. He's got a brand new chip in, so he doesn't have to worry about strangling the fuck out of Spider-Man. They're going back hand in hand, being like, all right, how do we stop this shit? And he's going to be like, this is how.
Well, after what you said, I'm convinced that Spider-Man in that timeline / universe is dead. Because there's no way he was. Because he even says in Spider-Man 2 that the only way to stop it was to sink it. And I don't think Toby would have been able to sink it.
Yeah, but there could be a million ways to sink that fucker. I'm sure he's got ways. I just don't see the fact that them all being dead the second they go back to their universes. Just because they went back fighting doesn't mean they're not going back to a point where it's like, okay, well, now I'm not this way anymore, so I'm not going to be fighting. I'm just a dude. Like Elektra's just a dude. Dr. Connors is just fucking Dr. Connors. Just vibing out. Sandman's just man now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't
useless.
make sense.
Most useless dude ever now.
It wouldn't make sense to just send him back and give them back all their troubles that they were having. Because in the Spider-Man universes, they weren't villains because they wanted to be these fucked up people. They were villains because they were scientists or they got put in a bad situation and then they just went down the wrong path.
Just don't fall into a bed of eels and you're good. That's what Electro taught me. Just don't fall into a pool of eels. You're good.
So I don't see everybody and their mother dying again. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Unless someone can give me a valid, like, for sure reason as to why those motherfuckers are dropping dead regardless, then sure. I mean, like, if they make another Amazing Spider-Man 3 and all of a sudden Elektra and all those motherfuckers are still all crazy, then okay, that point goes out the window and I don't know what the fuck Marvel thinks multiverses work, but to me, that it just, no. You know what I mean? Like, you can't pull something from one universe, change all of it, and then put it back just because you're putting it back in the same time and place it came from, and tell me that it just goes back to the original version, because then traveling the multiverse would be a shit show.
Well, here's why what I've understood from what Doctor Strange said, because the way he says that their sacrifices mean more than like pretty much anything in the world to the universe, is why I'm convinced that it still happened.
It would have to happen for other reasons, but the thing is, we're never going to see another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So from this point on, I can just assume that Green Goblin and that Doc Ock went back to just being good guys and solving problems. Because they all went back together. So there's nothing that doesn't say Green Goblin can't chuck a bunch of fucking grenades at that bitch and sink it.
doesn't that mean though like their complete universe changed?
Well, the only
You get what
change,
I'm saying? Because like,
the only difference would be is instead of having like Doc Ock technology and the Green Goblin's technology, which was originally good technology for them,
mm-hmm.
would be they died and then Green Goblin's son took it over and then he died. If Green Goblin never dies, his son never dies.
But this is where that's confusing me now. Because to me that doesn't make sense. Because how can when they got pulled out of their universe, like
Yep.
Sandman says they're both dead.
Yes, because
Toby
Sandman,
knows that they're dead.
yep. But
Doc Ock knows Green Goblin's dead. So like when they go back, how does that changes that whole universe? Which from
yeah,
what Loki's told and explained, when something like that happens, the universe gets trashed, just recycled pretty much because you can't mess with that.
unless unless that motherfucker who was controlling said universes was dead before that could happen. Then that universe is just there.
He didn't control him. He watched him. He's like the watcher. He just sees what happens. He just knows what happens. He said he said he could see as far as till a certain point. And when the two Lokis showed up, he said, "This is as far as I can see. Now it's a new excitement for me." So he knew his life was ending. And as soon as he gets killed, all these universes branch off and and some got destroyed, which I'm convinced that those ones got destroyed when they went back because they got fixed. Besides
Only
where
ones
Sandman
the
got
well,
pulled, because nothing really changed for Sandman. Because I mean, he kind of went off on his
but
own anyways.
that's the same universe though, so it would. Those three came from the same universe because they came from Tobey Maguire's universe. They
I
just came
get
from
that,
different
but
points in time.
I get that,
So
but wouldn't that just scrap all that completely?
that would just scrap the entire universe, not their timelines. Timelines and universes are two separate things. You can have multiple timelines in a universe, but you can't have multiple universes in a timeline.
See, this is now where Endgame confused me. Because the way they explain stuff is so fucking weird when they went back in time with stuff. And now that's
Well, that's
confused
why
me
they
out
were
too.
like, you can't. They
And you gotta return it exactly the way it was, like it never happened.
exactly, because it fucks up the timeline, but it doesn't fuck up the universe. That's why I'm confused by Loki, because the universe is going to exist regardless, but that timeline is going to be fucked up.
Yeah,
Because
they.
if you go to multiple universes, you have different timelines of yourself. Like I could go to a different universe and I'm just like a whole other fucking person. Like I'm doing a whole different thing. But like that doesn't change. Like you would have to go back in their timeline to originally like cause a whole change in like the point in Endgame was if they didn't return the stones exactly to where they were supposed to be, then that changes the timeline and it would have affected Endgame. Like it would have affected them trying to find the crystals originally because they wouldn't have been able to originally find them because they wouldn't be where they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why they were like everything has to go back the way it was, but apparently Steve Rogers didn't matter, which doesn't still doesn't make sense to me, but apparently that was supposed to happen, so I'm just going to let that go because logically that's changing the timeline.
Because the
Because if
one who
you
sees all says it's supposed to happen. He said it was due to what the fuck was it? He said it was like a rare technical situation because he's supposed to live a full life, like live old and grow old with Peggy, because he technically never died when he was supposed to. Obviously, because he just froze himself instead.
yeah,
He just lived on, and he had to get to the old age, which is when he went back in time. They said he had enough jumps to go as many times as he had to, because we all know the time wise, he had to do what about 3 jumps, right? 3, 4
yeah,
jumps to get him all in the
yeah.
right spot again, and he had a fifth one to come home. So instead of taking the jump home, he took the jump back further in time to live with Peggy and live his life like he was supposed to. And
Okay, I guess that
the
makes sense.
the also the thing was too is because he wasn't a villain. They were okay with it. He wasn't trying to take over. Wasn't trying to kill anybody. He was just
See, but that doesn't see that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's see, this is what I mean. Like they're that like timelines and shit are controlled by like gods and stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's nothing stopping them from being like, oh, everybody's a good guy now. They're going back in time to solve problems, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're going back to another universe to solve a problem. Cool. Call it a day.
I think what they need to do is give us the science at how it works, and then don't change it again. All they do
Yeah,
is
because I
change their
feel like
rules 1,000 times.
exactly because they want to make it fit the narrative for that exact movie. So that's why it just doesn't really make sense. But like you can't destroy those other Spider-Man timelines because then we're not going to have one that Morales comes from or Miles, sorry, Miles comes from.
I knew what you
And
meant. I got you.
yeah, and like if fucking Miles doesn't exist, that means he'd have to exist in Tom Holland's, and that means Tom Holland's dying. And I don't think that's what it is. I know there have been a million and six hints at an Amazing Spider-Man 3, especially ever since they saw Andrew Garfield again,
Yep.
because everybody loved his Spider-Man. So I think they're going to kill him off in that one because it doesn't matter because his MJ/Gwen is dead as fuck. So it's
Hey,
fitting.
that debatable. She can walk it off. She's fine.
I don't think so. But I think that's where he would have to come from. Because he's in every universe, obviously. Like if his uncle's in, but he's not a Spider-Man in every universe.
Right.
Because he only takes over that role as soon as Spider-Man dies and he gets bit by a spider.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, it would have to be him or Tobey Maguire, but I really don't think they're gonna fuck with that because
Toby killed his Venom in Spider-Man 3, remember?
yeah,
So
that's
they,
what
they
I
can't
mean.
plug him back in because Venom is only with Eddie Brock, right? He's not with anyone else?
Yeah, he's only with Eddie.
Yeah, so Eddie and Venom both died in Spider-Man 3, so we all know Toby's out the window. We know we got something Venom planned with Tom Holland's because he left a bit of symbiote there. We know he's coming up at some point. He's crawling around somewhere finding his Eddie in that universe.
Yeah.
Then Andrew's the only one that hasn't met half these villains, and I think they're gonna give it to him, but all at once instead of in different movies. And
That's why I'm
he's gotta get
saying
shit pushed in.
I feel like Morbius and all of them are not going to be in the Tom Holland universe unless it was in Morbius that they were. He could be in like a because you said that they just want to go find Spider-Man, but are they in the Tom Holland Spider-Man universe or are they in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man universe?
Well, Vulture was already originally in the MCU, and the post-credit scene for
Yeah,
Morbius
but like
was. Uh,
what universe did he get sent to? Is what I mean.
this is what we don't know.
Okay, so
Because like what they show is like the purple thing in the sky at the end of No Way Home when you see all the characters.
yeah,
They show that opening, and then you see him showing up in jail, Michael Keaton, and the funniest thing he says, he goes, "I hope the food's better here," and then he eventually escapes. He has his suit. It does not look the same, so it's not the MCU suit. It looks similar, but his wings look different. He lands, sees Morbius, and he tells him, "I don't know how I got to this place, but it has to do with that Spider-Man fella. Let's go pay him a visit." We know Venom's looking for him because Eddie straight up said I should pay the Spider-Man a visit. So we know
but I
Venom's looking
think
for him.
I isn't Eddie in Tom Holland's one though,
No, he's not.
or he was in the
He
Tom Holland.
was because in No Way Home.
I think they have to have gone to they have to have the only universes that were opened up in No Way Home were Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's.
Yeah, so
You know
that's
what I
why.
mean?
Yeah, that's
So
why
it's gotta
everyone's.
be one of them too.
It's got to be Andrew. It
It's gotta
can't
be
be.
Andrew.
It can't
It
be
has
Tom's.
to be. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. It absolutely has to be. So he's
But
about to get butt fucked by a bunch of goddamn
but
villains.
we do know Venom isn't Tom Holland's because Venom left a piece of him there.
Yeah, he left a piece of him there, but he was originally from there. So that's how we're gonna get fucking what's his name? Toxic or whatever. The orange one.
The orange one. I don't know all their names.
The orange one. That's gonna be the orange one probably. That'd be my guess. Is we're gonna have the orange one. I
Well,
can't remember what his name. It's
from
like toxic or toxin
from
or
what people
something.
are thinking for what's gonna happen with Tom Holland with Venom, they're thinking in Secret Wars because there's already huge talks of uh, Kevin Feige keeping in touch with Maguire and Garfield to be in that one as well in
Yeah.
Secret Wars, and everyone's thinking that Tom Holland's gonna have a black symbiote suit, and Toby's gonna be like, "Look, I know how that feels. I know it feels great. You got to take it off," but Tom won't take it off. They're convinced it's gonna be Andrew and Toby versus Tom because Tom's in the symbiote suit, and we all
But
know
then
what
that
that did
means
to Toby.
But then, yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't. I don't know if it would actually be a black suit though, because it's new Venom, a new boy. His baby is not Venom. It's Venom baby, so different color.
No, it was still black.
Yeah, but that it start they start that color, but the red one was red. I mean, like he started out black, but he became red
Oh, I thought it looked red to me the
color.
whole time. It didn't look black to
I don't
me.
know. I don't know. I
All I
I
know
wouldn't.
is what they said about how Venom's creatures work, the symbiotes. They said that hive mind is stronger than any spell, so Venom knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man still. That's the one thing that blew my mind because that means that when Venom's talking to Eddie, Venom knows exactly who he's looking for. Well,
Yeah.
technically, because it's probably not.
But also like the Tom Holland Venom, he's not really like a bad guy technically. So like
He's not, but the at Let There Be Carnage, that post-credit scene, Venom had a real liking towards Tom Holland and licked the screen. Doesn't he usually want to eat someone or something when he does that?
he could just think he's cool. I don't know. He's Venom. Venom's weird.
I don't know, but
Venom knows he's
I'll
not allowed to
I,
like just eat people though.
he's allowed to eat bad guys, which technically Tom was made to look like the bad guy by Jonah Jameson there.
Yeah, but I that's why I'm thinking they might kill Andrew Maguire's, but I don't think they'll kill Tom Holland's. Or they'll run into him and they'll be like, this is what happened. And I'll be like, oh, he's a superhero. We can't kill him. You
Yeah,
know?
we'll have to wait and see what they do. I hope they make that and announce that soon, because I'd love to see that.
Yeah. But
Because
that's,
in Andrew's universe, what I've noticed, the post-credit scene for Amazing Spider-Man 2, there's a guy walking through Oscorp. There's the Doc Ock arms are in there. The Vulture suit's in there. And they showed something else. I can't remember what it is. Oh, something for Black Cat. But she's not Sinister Six, but I'm just saying another character-wise. So I'm
yeah.
convinced
So,
for his, they're going to bring in pretty much... They're going to pretty much show all their stuff. Everything they can pull, they got to pull out for that one. They got to go all in. Just, here you go. Here's what you get. Just go all in on it.
yeah. That makes sense, though.
Well, yeah, if you got to kill off Spider-Man, you might as well do it with every fucking person you can think of that's available.
Yeah, that movie will be sad if they actually do that. I mean, if they put him in Secret Wars, that'd be cool. But then that means they'd probably be killing him off there. Because somehow, if Miles is going to be in this movie, Spider-Man must be dead. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man must die. And if anyone doesn't understand that, watch fucking Spider-Verse.
I
He
was
only
wondering if they would
he
somehow kill Toby, too, at some point. If he's going to be in Secret Wars, too, I can't imagine both making it okay. Because I don't know who the hell's going to be in it.
if they put Tobey Maguire in it, that Spider-Man's never gonna die. That motherfucker has been through hell and back. And I mean it.
He better not. I think he's the strongest one out of all of them.
He's almost died like a million times.
I
It
think
happens.
Tom Holland's got the better spider sense, I think.
Well, he's
Because
got a suit that does it for him.
no, I'm not talking about that though. When he was in the apartment, he didn't have his suit on. He didn't have like the mask on, so he didn't have that whole thing to tell him what was going on. He sensed Green Goblin change from Norman Osborn to Green Goblin. Toby could never pick that up. He never did. He just never
Well,
trusted him again.
well, everything was just different for every one of them. Like none of them could just casually shoot webs out of their body.
I love that part in the movie.
Yeah, that was funny.
I like the Spider-Man shooting out of the body instead of on the web cartridge sting. That's I'm out of ammo. Like yeah, okay, that happens in a movie all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I look at that. That whole thing to me is dumb. I'm not a fan of the web cartridge thing, but I know that's comically accurate, so I let it slide. I leave it
Yeah, so it should be something. It should be interesting to see what they do.
because everyone's thinking, and I can see the points, but because I don't know the comics enough, I don't know if it would happen. Obviously, the Kong Dynasty. Obviously, Kong's in it. Makes obviously his fucking name's in the title.
Yeah, that'd be weird if he wasn't. I
Imagine
mean, his
he
face
shows
is
up
all
at the
over
end.
his face is literally like all over everything right now. But
He's
yeah,
just
no,
a
he's not in it.
post credit scene. He's not in the
That'd be
movie.
fucking that'd be so fucking stupid.
that'd
Do
be
you know
a
how pissed
that
people would be?
that'd be a Deadpool directed movie if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, where Ryan Reynolds' name is all over that shit.
But yeah, so what people are saying is they think at the end of that movie, they think Doctor Doom's gonna kill Kong, which is how Secret Wars starts. Because Doctor Doom will take all of his tech and do his thing, which is why Secret Wars will happen. That's what people
Uh,
have thought. It's obviously we don't know what's true and what's not true. That's a prediction someone made.
yeah.
Because obviously we know Fantastic Four is coming. Doctor Doom kind of automatically plugs into that one. So
Are we gonna
it's.
see the Silver Surfer again for the millionth time?
I hope not.
Why? He was a Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but I don't want to see him yet. He's way too fucking powerful, ain't he?
Eh, yeah. But he was a badass.
He
Silver Surfer's
was,
like,
but if they add him, I feel they should add him in when they add in Galactus. Put them together.
yeah.
They can't throw him in with Doctor Doom because he'll just flick him and he would kill him. It's a.
I mean, they have like the second they make the X-Men and the fucking Fantastic Four and Marvel, like everyone, like all one thing. There are a lot of bad guys that just became very big bad potential, like fucking Magneto and his whole. It's just like you got a whole
As soon
so much room for opportunity.
as soon as I thought of that, I'm like, I'm actually happy Iron Man's dead because Magneto would kill him in a second.
Oh yeah, Magneto would have fucking burnt his ass.
So as soon as like there's even talks of potential for that, I'm like, good. I'm like, I don't want Iron Man dead, but I'm happy he is. I don't have to worry about him. Like he's already dead.
I like that they're gonna. You said it was a fangirl. Is gonna be like the new. What are they called? Iron what?
Ironheart.
Iron
That's the
Iron
name of
Heart.
the show. I don't know if that's her. Like that's gonna be the character name she has. I don't
That'd
know.
be kind of a cool name though.
Yeah,
Ironheart. Badass.
I guess we'll see her in Black Panther, and they'll do a throwback to Tony Stark in the cave. She's like smashing like metal and like breaking pieces off to make her suit. So she's doing the correct like Tony Stark steps. She's starting with the probably a big bulky retarded suit like his first one, and then she'll upgrade as she learns, like he did.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, they could also just pull a Tony Stark from another universe, but I mean, yeah, fuck it.
I'll leave that for Secret Wars. I'll leave that for then.
I just want
Th-
Tony Stark back.
There's rumors of them pulling a Captain Hydra for Secret Wars, and I don't want to see that.
Captain Hydra.
Steve Rogers, but he's all Hydra. I do not want to see that. I will
That'd be
cry
kinda,
if I see that.
that'd
His
be kind of
suit,
badass.
his suit is black and red, and the shield is black and red. I don't want that.
That'd be badass.
He's fucking red, white, and blue, and he's a good man. He's not a dickhead.
Well, now he's gonna be Hail Hydra, dickhead.
I fucking
But
hope not.
wouldn't that mean they could pull the fucking Winter Soldier when he's just a Hydra bitch too?
Yeah, they could potentially.
So then we could have both. We could have the evil boys versus the not evil boys. But even though one of the not evil boys would now be Sam because Captain America's an old man.
Well, they could pull a page out of the comics for Steve Rogers, though. They made him a suit he could wear, like an Iron Man type suit, so he could still fight, and he had all of his strength, even though he's no man.
That motherfucker isn't gonna do that. He's just an old man living his old man life. He gave the job to Sam. Sam can beat his old buddy's ass.
I get that, but if Secret Wars like that were to happen, we all know Cap can't live without a war. If there's a war, he's got to. I can't picture him sitting there and just be like, all right.
He could be dead. I thought he dies.
They never confirmed he's dead.
In Winter Soldier, when they do the whole ceremony for him? Isn't that in Winter Soldier?
That was not because he was dead.
That was just a memoriam thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what was the one where they have, like, his face and they're talking? I guess that, okay.
They were making a whole thing for the for Museum of History about Captain America, about Steve Rogers. They never confirmed a death.
I don't know. He looked like he was in his fucking 90s or something.
But they said the serum can make him live for longer still. Because there's so far he is in talks to be in the fourth Captain movie. He might die then as an old man. He might give Sam like one last Captain America pep talk and then die in his sleep or something. I don't know.
That'd be fucked up.
But he's always a good hype man for Sam and Bucky, so maybe he gives them a one more last hurrah hype man type thing.
I'm
They
sure he
do.
does.
I'd like to, because that'd be a nice way to set up the end of Steve Rogers' story.
Yeah.
He helped the new Cap and his best friend Bucky fix the situation by giving him that speech he gives to everybody that somehow makes him like plus 100 health and everything. Gives him every max boost possible when he gives a speech.
Well, Bucky's already in the same boat as Cap anyway. He's fucking plus everything. He's got a free robo arm, so he's pretty good anyway.
Yeah, well, he's got a good. I like his new arm, the vibranium arm from Wakanda. I like that arm a
Yeah.
lot better.
Um,
That arm's smooth.
what was I gonna say? I wonder what's gonna go on with fucking remember how at the end of Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
um what's her stupid fucking face? I can only think
Oh,
of her name from
oh,
Seinfeld.
oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah, so what's isn't that like the what is it,
Thunderbolts.
the anti-Avengers or whatever
Yeah,
they're called?
Thunderbolts. Isn't that them?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna come into play, you know?
Well, so did you see the Hawkeye show at all?
I think I started it.
So I mean, it'll be spoilers for you, but the show's been out long enough, so everyone's probably seen it by now. But Yelena, the blonde chick, shows up in that show.
Oh yeah, doesn't she say how she's trying to kill him?
Yeah, she's trying to kill Clint,
Yeah, there's
and
spoilers on fucking TikTok. It's fine. See.
all right, well, I'll just say it then if you've seen spoilers already.
She's like bitching about how he killed her sister and stuff, and that it was his fault,
Yep, yeah.
and that
So
if he
she,
never existed and stuff.
yeah, so she actually goes to kill him, like has a all day, has a perfect shot, but he does the whistle that they do to each other, which throws her off guard, and she goes, How do you know that?" And he goes, "Do you think if she wasn't my best friend, I wouldn't know everything about her and her friends and her family?" And that kind of levels it, and she's not mad at him anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what's gonna go on with that group in general? I know, like, she was in that group, but like, they're still like, fuck the Avengers, minus her now, I guess. So I guess she could come back and be the next Black Widow type.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they were trying to do with that in Hawkeye. I think they're trying to, because like they have Kate Bishop pretty much as the new Hawkeye, because Clint's quote unquote retiring. We'll see. He'll pop up in Secret Wars. I don't think they wouldn't ask him to come help. I'm assuming they're gonna need all hands on deck in those two Avengers movies in a couple of years.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how that one goes. But yeah,
I
I
want
mean,
I want Ghost Rider. I'm sick of waiting for him.
yeah, that's like a whole other thing too. Now Ghost Rider. I don't even know why you would put him in that universe because ain't nobody can fucking beat that man.
They said
Easy.
they want to wait until they get like the biggest of big, which only biggest thing I think would be Galactus. I don't know if that would even matter, but that's the
Because he's just gonna fuck people up.
because
Like
they
he
said
just
originally he was supposed to pop up before Infinity War, but they said they can't do that because even with all the stones, Ghost Rider could fuck Thanos up. So they said they
yeah.
couldn't put him in Infinity War or Endgame. You had to miss those. You can't put him in.
Yeah, because what is he gonna do? Try to snap away a fucking demon? Come on.
All he has to do is say, "Look into my eyes, dude." That penance stare will destroy Thanos in a second.
I know.
So that's
He's
why it's
fucking
like,
crazy.
yeah. So it's like they couldn't put him in then, which I get that you can't, because there would be no Infinity War at Endgame.
Well, yeah, because Thanos would literally be like, "Oh, what the fuck is looking in your eyes gonna do?" And that's it. You're dead. Congratulations. That's your one-way ticket to hell, my friend.
Yeah, so
you
obviously
lost it.
he couldn't pop in and then. I don't know about the Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. I don't think he can pop up. I don't see where he would.
I don't know. He's just there somewhere.
Unless he pops up with Daredevil, because aren't they the Midnight Suns? 'Cause that's what I've seen
Yeah.
online. They're Midnight
I
Suns.
mean, they could hint at it if they fucking uh, with the She-Hulk. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm not excited for any of that, but like, because you said Daredevil's and She-Hulk, right? Because they're
Yeah.
lawyers together.
Yep.
I mean, they could bring him like kind of in that way. Like they could hint at him being there. Are they gonna have Nick Cage be him? That'd be great. I would love that.
Everyone wants him to, but there's talks of either Keanu Reeves or Norman Reedus
Oh,
playing him.
never mind. Just kidding. I want Keanu Reeves all the way.
Yeah, it's because
So
he's in talks with Marvel. He wants to be in a Marvel movie. I'd rather him be Ghost Rider because he could play
I
a real
love,
good Ghost Rider.
I love him so much. I love Keanu Reeves. You heard they're making a John Wick 4?
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna get
wasn't
off
a
that.
fan of the third one.
I haven't seen any John Wick ever.
What?
I know his dog dies, and you shouldn't fuck with him.
The first one's the best one by far. Second one's pretty cool. Third one was dragged out, and I can only imagine the fourth one's gonna be just as dragged out as the other one was.
Okay, John Wick. Look at him go. Beats the shit out of everybody. It's like a Taken.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's
But
never enough Liam Neeson.
he's actually a hitman assassin. Gets paid.
And then his dog dies. And then he's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, because a mafia owner's son decides to kill the dog, and he goes, "Only John Wick's dog." And the guy goes, "You said John Wick's dog?" He goes, "Yeah. What's so bad about him?" He's like, "You heard of the boogeyman, right?" They go, "Yeah." He goes, "This is the guy you sent to kill the boogeyman. You don't mess with him." And yeah, so John Wick goes on a rampage and kills everybody to
What kind
find
of
that
dog was
son.
that?
It was a little like Labrador puppy, I think.
It was a baby. He killed a baby.
Yeah, and then he, at the end of the first one, he ends up at like an adoption center, like late at night after a fight. He finds a dog he likes and just steals it, and he has a new puppy now.
Oh,
So
he
he,
stole a puppy.
yeah, he
He
stole like
sounds like something I would do.
it looked like a little German Shepherd puppy. I couldn't tell it was dog,
Oh, little babe.
but yeah. So yeah, I love the first John Wick. It's awesome.
That's amazing.
When he goes to kill this guy's son, right? He's walking up to him like all badass with a gun in his hand. He goes, "It was just a dog. It's just a dog. I'm sorry." And he shoots him right in the head. Doesn't even listen or say anything to him. It's right between the fucking eyes. Shoots him right in the head.
It's not a fucking just a dog, you son of a bitch. You
And
can't
then
kill a puppy.
so someone calls the guy's father because the mafia, without even asking who it is, he just answers the phone and goes, "Make the arrangements," and hangs up the phone. He knew his son got killed. He knew. He knew he wasn't escaping.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I love that for him. Keanu Reeves, favorite person, 10 out of 10. Loved him in The Matrix. Love him in everything. He's just a great guy.
Yeah, I love the John Wick movies. The third
Yeah,
one, I guess,
everyone's
third
told me
one
that they're
kind
very
of.
good. I haven't ever seen them because I don't watch a lot of action unless it's like Marvel stuff. So it's just not, or like I watch a lot. I've seen like a lot of war movies, but like I just never dabbled in it. Closest I got was The Matrix. I guess that's pretty much action. It's more sci-fi, but yeah.
Matrix is I'm trying to stop because I know they had the new one come out or coming out. I forget which one it is now, coming out or
And they
is out.
they made a game, and that game is beautiful. Like I've never
Yeah.
seen graphics
Oh, me
so
neither.
goddamn pretty. Like that's ridiculous.
Like
It's just
I
ridiculous.
was convinced it was real life at first, watching it.
I thought it was at first. I thought they were trying to do like a movie like how they did that Resident Evil series before they did the
Oh
one that was
yeah,
like actual people. How they did
yeah,
like
yep,
with the actual game characters, which I thought
yeah.
was kind of cool.
I thought it was cool too. They made them all as badass as they're supposed to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that game was pretty. That game was very pretty. Speaking of games, have you seen it's a scary game. It's called The Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
No, 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 you don't have to play it, but I just want you everybody, just listen to me, watch the playthrough, you will want death. It was made like everything about it was made by one guy. One guy. And
I'm a fucked up dude.
no, he did a damn good job. Like me and Jeff have been watching it, and it's fucking creepy. If they're the actual, so one of my friends is, she does do like embalming, like she is a mortuary assistant. She's like the game isn't extremely accurate on the
Hmm.
entire process, but it's a damn good game. Like he doesn't do like the typical like jump scares, like you're gonna hear a loud noise and like see a bunch of shit. Like no, like it will sneak up on you. Like there's Jacksepticeye plays it, and in one of his playthroughs, he just turns around and like the fucking demon is just on the ceiling right behind him, and you just see it like slink away. But the movements he made for like the demon you know how like claymation is like you have to move it an inch by an inch by inch and inch,
Yep.
and it like it can be like if you do it nicely, it's like that clean movement, but it can be like that choppy, like
Yeah.
that's how he does it. It looks like it's like frames going away, like slinking into this. He just did like a good ass job with that game. Like a good like and the scares, every time I've seen somebody play the game like multiple times, there are still different scares happening every single game. Like it's very rare that you have the same encounter happen every single time.
Like I've
Like
seen
he
I've seen Markiplier was playing it. I didn't watch it
yeah.
yet, but
No, you should watch. You can watch his version is really they have the demo and then he has like the full version, which he got really lucky in his first episode because he somehow guessed the right body, even though he like did it all fucked up. And that'll make more sense. But like Jacksepticeye's original playthrough of it, not when he does like the good ending or like he does all the endings, like the scares in that game, and it's just good. And the way he designed like the demon was like it's just he did good. And for it to be one person to have done like the whole like it's commendable. Like he did a good ass job. You don't see a lot of like horror games that really don't try to do like the jumping down your throat with the jump scare and the loud noise and the flashing lights and the making everything very it's like subtle and it just keeps you on your toes.
mm-hmm.
Like Jack made a good point where he was like, I would do stuff, like I would go through the embalming process on the body. And then once I would do something done, I would have to look up and look around because I knew something was going to be triggered, like something was going to happen.
uh,
Like it was just, it was good. It was good. It's got 5 endings. I mean, the endings, they're not like super crazy or like anything like that, but it's a good fucking game. Like if I wasn't a big wimp, I'd totally play the shit out of that game because he did such a good job. Like it's Dead Space, like how Dead Space was. Like it was very subtle. Like you
yeah.
knew something was going to be following you, or you knew something was going to be behind you. Like it was like that. Like it just you were in it.
Yeah,
Like you
you just
had
had
to
the
live with
yeah,
it.
you had the gut feeling that something was going
Yeah,
on behind you, but
it
there's
did.
nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, like he would just do like instead of like making it very obvious with like sound effects and stuff like that, he would like change the lighting in the room or like make what like it was subtle stuff and
Ugh.
you're like, fuck, dude. Like there's one part where like you're just trying to bring a body or you're walking down the hall and then all of a sudden that ghost just shoves you and you don't even see the thing, you just get fucking thrown back. Like
Oh
it's
no.
terrifying. Imagine you're just walking down the hall and you just get fucking shoved. Like
Yep. Fuck that.
like it's like he did it's a good fucking game. So definitely watch it if you're brave, play it. It's cool. It was I've seen all the endings now.
If
I've
I'm
binged
brave,
it.
play it. Haven't you met
Yeah.
me? You know I ain't playing that fucking game.
Well, I mean for everybody in general, you know.
I'll tell you
Um
now, I'm not brave, so I'm not playing.
then there's the other game, the Quarry. I haven't seen the whole playthrough, but that game is cool too. I've seen some clips on TikTok. You know, what is it called? What's the company that makes it? It's like not Blumhouse. I'm thinking of horror movie companies, but they made I don't think they actually made Man of Medan, but they made fucking oh no, what's the original game called? And they're in the mountains in the cabin.
Oh, Until Dawn?
Yeah, they it's by the makers of Until Dawn. So it's one of those games and they did a good job. That's a good game. They always make very good horror games too.
Hmm.
Obviously, everyone can die in it. But I don't know if it's the same company that made those two that made like Man of Medan and you know all of those ones. Like they have the Egyptian one and then Little Hope and like all that. I don't know if those are the same companies or if they're similar companies and they've just fucking killed it in that market. But those are also all great games that you should play and or watch. I enjoy all of those series.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah. But that I had to talk about the mortuary system because it just came out. The
Yeah,
demo
I remember hearing
came
about
out.
that one.
The demo came out forever and a day ago, and I've honestly forgot about it. And then I saw everyone was playing like the demo again because it was coming out, and I was
Hmm.
hyped because that game is it's just good. Like the demo was just creepy, and to just take that and elevate it to the amount and being one person, like I'm talking the only other people in that game were voice actors. That's it. Like he did it all. And it doesn't like the graphics and everything for the game. For one person, he did a damn good job designing that model for like the demons and stuff. He killed it. Like the replayability on that game is ridiculous. Absolutely
Hmm.
ridiculous. Every person I've seen play that game has had a different version of what's happened to them.
It's interesting.
Yeah, no, he did it. He, the amount of patrons he has, boy, does he deserve them because he fucking killed it on that game. I hope he makes more, honestly. Maybe not another game exactly like Mortuary System, but like I hope he makes more horror games because he's clearly got that shit down to a pack. Good for
Well,
him.
I'd imagine he made a shit ton of money off of it.
I don't think that game is that expensive
Oh, a lot of people are getting it though. I'd imagine.
on
You
the
know,
open Steam. I'm pretty sure it's a Steam game, but I don't I don't think it's an expensive game. I think it's like $5 or something stupid like that,
hmm.
which is crazy. Hello, Steam. Would you like to open? Thank you. Let's. I don't actually know if it's on Steam or not, but we can find out.
All I know is I saw someone was starting to make a fan
Oh,
made
it's
Attack on Titan game.
it's a $30 game.
Yeah, so he's making bank off that game.
There's a DLC.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go. There's more to watch.
oh, it's a soundtrack.
Oh,
Sorry,
never mind. That
that's
don't
fine.
count.
It's a good game. It's a good ass game.
But yeah, $30 game, and a lot of YouTubers are clearly playing it because that's just how it works.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. I'm proud of him. He did a good job.
Good. Hopefully,
Um,
excuse me. Hopefully, he makes more.
Trying to see who fucking made the quarry to see if it was the same people as the man of Medan.
But yeah, I watched this thing on TikTok the other day. It was a someone's making their own fan made Attack on Titan game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because they had one come out. They had two games come out for Attack on Titan, but the last one came out right as like season 3 ended. So
Mm-hmm.
like the ending for Attack on Titan 2 is the fight with the Beast, the Armored Titan, and the Colossal, and Armin eats Bertolt. That whole part. That's the end of that game. So someone's making a fan made game where it takes place when season 4 starts, but you can play the whole story through, and then you got to go through the rumbling and all that stuff.
Oh, so the
And
quarry is made by the same people, by the way. It's just not in the Dark Pictures anthology group of stuff,
oh, gotcha.
which is the House of Acid, Ashes, Man of Medan, Little Hope, and then the Devil in Me is a new one apparently that's coming soon. I didn't even know that was a thing. New games, everybody. Yeah, add that to your wish list. It's an online co-op. I don't know when it's coming out. It says don't play alone.
Huh. That's the thing you want to see when you're looking at games.
The Murder Hotel? Welcome to the Murder Hotel. Oh, is it the Murder Hotel? Like you know what I mean? The hotel that was, yeah,
Yeah, I think
H.H.
so.
Holmes, Murder Castle. Oh, beautiful. That's perfect. I love that. It's American Horror Story all over again, folks.
Hmm.
I don't know. It just says coming soon for a release date. Pretty fucked up. But yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, there's a lot of new games coming out, I believe.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, the new Modern Warfare 2 and the Modern Warfare 2 remaster is coming out.
Hmm.
And Ghost is alive and well. He's not dead. He's not dead. Ghost didn't die. We did it, folks. Our favorite man has not died. He's in his task force. What is it? The
I
138.
I forget. It's been way too
What's
long. I forget.
hold on, Jeff knows the answer to things. What's the task force that Ghost is in?
What?
What's the task force that Ghost is in?
141.
The 141. Numbers.
I would never know that. Uh,
Yep.
I would
There
never
you go.
remember. I
Stack of
I
knowledge.
love the games, but I would never remember that. I'd forget it immediately. Or I'd hear them say it, but I would not register what numbers they said. I'd forget.
Yeah, so he's in it, and then obviously fucking all of those motherfuckers except Soap, because Soap's dead. And is Price dead? Did Price die? Price isn't dead. Price is alive.
Just yeah, keep asking what other Call of Duty
Who's dead?
characters are possibly dead.
Soap is dead. Soap died.
Yeah, we all know Soap died.
Soap died in the fucking plane crash thing. Helicopter crash dead. Wasn't that Soap? Soap died. Soap is dead for sure. Soap done bid dead. I know that for a fact. I know he dies. Um, we thought Ghost was dead, but Ghost is not dead. Because if you the trailer for the Modern Warfare 2, you see his face design on everything, on every little fucking thing.
Right.
That only means one thing. Ghost is not dead.
It does, unless they shouldn't do this, but unless they decide to make a new Ghost, which would be kind of dumb.
No, Jeff just said for sure he's not dead.
The whole game is based around Ghost.
The whole game's based around him. There you go.
He's literally on the cover.
He's legit on the cover, if you didn't hear that.
Huh, didn't know that, because I don't know much about it.
When does that come out?
October 28th.
There you go. October 28th. Everybody will buy it. Activision sponsor me. Anyway.
Yes, sponsor the podcast. While we have Jeff tell us all the info in the background because we don't know what's going on.
All the lore, the Call of Duty lore.
Yeah, as Amanda says it for him, as he's telling her exactly what to say.
Who's dead? Got it. What's it about? Got it.
When's it come out? All right, what platform is it on? Pre-orders when? DLC comes out at this time?
Also, Soap was not dead.
What do you mean Soap isn't
I
dead?
knew he was.
I thought Soap died.
They're bringing him back somehow.
They're bringing him back? Everyone's alive. Never mind.
Power
Wrong.
of the people. Power of the people.
The power of the people. You can't kill Soap.
We all said no, and you guys said, all right, sorry.
Activision said, actually, never mind.
Joke's
Joke's on you.
Hey, just a prank, bro. Just a prank. Relax.
Yeah, apparently they saw how depressed everybody got, and they were like, never fucking mind.
Yeah, hey, guys, that was just a joke. If you play the game on this difficulty, that doesn't happen.
This is for funsies.
It's for the people that played it on easy mode. Teach them a lesson.
So yeah, so apparently Soap's not dead, so that's good. You
I
gotta
thought he
love
was.
all the OGs. No, yeah, he definitely gets shot. He does get shot. I know him and Ghost do get shot, but apparently he's getting. We're living. They're both resurrected.
Yeah, Call of
The
Duty
only
Zombies
question-
confirmed. Call of Duty Zombies confirmed. Soap's back.
The only question I have about all of that, which I know Jeff doesn't know because we've talked about it, is if Ghost isn't dead, does that mean at the end of what is it, Modern Warfare 1 that he dies, or 2?
What?
Ghost. Is it 1 or 2? I think it's
2,
I think it's 2.
Yeah,
When
I
you're
think
playing
I think
as
it's
that
2.
character, does that mean that the person who was there was someone else in Ghost's suit? 1, or does that mean your character you were playing as isn't dead either?
Huh.
Because technically, at the end of that, you just see yourself get gasoline poured on you. And honestly, if this is a spoiler for you because you haven't played that game, get over yourself. But like,
Yeah. The game's only 12 years old. If you haven't played it by now, you're a fucking idiot.
but like, if Ghost is alive, that means someone had to come and stop like him from being, because they set you on fire.
Dude,
Like,
what if you're the
you
Human
literally-
Torch and you didn't tell him?
But like you literally, well, that scene is like burned in your skull because you get
Oh,
shot.
I know. Yep.
And then Ghost is dead, like laying next to you, and then they put gasoline on you, and you watch the motherfucker flick a match at you because he's lighting his stupid cigar.
We didn't explain how they didn't die.
So then your character you played as can't be dead then.
No, you're playing as Soap.
You play as Soap, yeah, but I'm saying the character you get shot, like when you're that guy who gets shot with Ghost,
Soap.
that's not Soap.
Oh.
You're playing as whatever your character is that whole game. Soap gets shot in a different thing.
Oh no, that guy's dead.
For sure.
Yeah, the biggest theory is that it's Ghost. It wasn't him. It was somebody wearing his mask.
Yeah, so that was the thing that we were talking about. It was either
Imposter.
someone else who, like, they knew something was wrong, and so Ghost didn't go. Or, obviously, that someone came in and, like, saved him.
They're like, yo, this guy's kind of sus. Hey, put this skull mask on real quick while you go on this mission for me, all right?
Well, they probably, because that whole task force, they fucking know all of the above. They know it all. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had, like, they knew something was up, and, like, they didn't want to actually send him in, because, you know, Ghost is very valuable.
Yeah.
But, like, you were just some rookie, sadly. Like, you were just some new guy.
Yeah.
And you also, yeah, I can't keep talking because I'm going to start mixing Black Ops with fucking Modern Warfare. And I'll be like, the numbers, but the numbers aren't in.
Yeah, no. Mason, the numbers are not in this one, Mason. Mason, the numbers aren't in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm sorry. Wrong one.
There are too many.
Wrong company, wrong game.
There's too much lore. But,
no numbers here.
But he was like, you were basically playing as like a newbie, so I mean, I guess it makes sense that they could just fucking kill that guy off because I don't even remember who you were, like what your name was. I don't even know if they really went into fucking detail about any of that. Like you didn't.
Shithead.
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Ghost was a very like off the rip. Everybody loved him. And Soap. Everybody that was like those were the two, and then they killed them off, and you're like, the fuck is wrong with you people?
Soap was COD 4, right? Weren't you playing him in COD 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I forget. I know there was like an ambush or something, and he gets shot, and because he was with Price or whoever. But I mean, it's more realistic for me to see Soap be okay. But I was dead sure that they shot Ghost in the face, so that's why I'm saying like they have to have done like a switcheroo or something.
He's a clone. It's his twin brother.
Have been it just probably actually wasn't him. They probably just had a body double in.
Yeah, they're just throwing a guy.
So that's always fun. It's all about Ghost. So good news, Ghost is so alive.
Well, of course it's all about Ghost. Every Call of Duty now has a Ghost skin.
Well, yeah, because he's the best. The dude was the best.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying we all know he's the GOAT.
We played as Roach.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Roach is. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to think other. The new Skyrim got pushed back.
Oh, what a shock!
It wasn't by much. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say the new Skyrim. The new Elder Scrolls.
Nah, I know what you meant though.
Yeah.
People can suck a dick. It's the same thing. We all know what it is.
Yeah. It did get pushed back. I remember that because it was supposed to come out in November, I believe, and now it is not. Let me do Google new Elder Scrolls because they did the Bethesda had its whole thing.
Holy shit. Let's put a pause on that. We're about to hit 2 hours of recording time. So let's let's wrap up this.
Hold on, it's 2023 is the answer. It's just a year.
You found it?
Yeah, it's a year.
Okay.
Okay.
That's I just realized how long. So, yeah, that was this episode. We had no intro this time because originally I was just telling you what was going on in Marvel. Then we got into debates on how science works. Then we came to a conclusion that they just change it when they want. So we don't know how their science works.
Nope. It's not like real science.
Nope. So all the points that we had that do make sense or did make sense don't make sense in their world. So we just
chuck it out the window.
Yeah. So everything we said is pretty irrelevant probably. Next week, everything we said makes no sense because they changed it. So
they're going to release a new show and then we're wrong.
Yep. So whatever we said, we're wrong. I'm just going to say it because there's no way we're going to be right.
I was wrong. It's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, fuck it. Doc Ock's alive in my heart, and that's all I care about. Anyway.
I don't even care because it's going to be wrong no matter what we say. The way I've figured out how Marvel's working now, Their science,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna figure it out. So I don't.
It's not Marvel science anymore. It's Disney magic.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, Disney's taking a little too much. They're putting more Disney into it than anything. It's more magic than actual science. Before it was a lot of science.
Well, now it's just magic.
Yeah, now it's Mickey Mouse magic.
Yeah.